Hello, thanks again for joining me. We are going to go through a few moves and ranges of motions that we use in our workout sessions. So still no equipment, still just getting mobile, getting the body moving, but we are going to do a little bit more just getting our body into positions that we use for some of our exercises and weightlifting and things like that. So it'll still be a good set, just getting us moving. We are going to start standing. So let's just inhale, bring your arms all the way up. Always a good way to start. Exhale, pull the body to one side. Inhale, bring the body up. Exhale, pull to the other. Inhale back to center one more time, and then we're going to go backwards. So open your elbows, your head drops back. Just get a little mini back bend. Arms up over the top again, and then we're going to hinge forward over the legs. Bend your right knee and then your left. Just give yourself a little bit of movement side to side. Bend your right knee and then your left. And then go ahead and come all the way up to standing and hug your left knee into the chest. Hug it in nice and tight. Rotate your foot around one direction and then the other. And then let's go to the other side. Bring your right leg up into the chest. Rotate the foot one direction and then the other. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and get into a drinking bird. So a drinking bird is also the same pretty much setup that we use for a single leg deadlift. Core strong, shoulder blades pulled together, and you're going to try to keep those hips level. So let's start off with the left foot on the ground. The right leg is going back behind you. You're hinging from your hip crease on that left side, and then press up through that left heel. Let your knee bend just a bit, trying to keep those hips level. Core nice and strong. Press through that left heel. Feel the glute engage on that left side to push you to the top. Should get some hamstring going on in here as well. If you're struggling with balance, you can try keeping your focus on one point on the ground. That's not moving. That seems to help. All right, let's switch up to that other side. So now right leg is our support leg, and the left leg's going to go back. Still think about what's going on in that back leg. So the tendency can be for it to swing behind over behind that right leg. And we want to try to keep it sticking straight out from that hip socket right behind us. Keep that toe pointed back toward the ground. Reach the chest long off the rib cage. 2 more. And done. All right, we're going to come into a squat. So open your feet just a little bit wider than the hips, and your knees need to be pulled out wide with those toes. Then I want you to envision you're trying to sit in a chair that's a little too far behind you. Your range is up to you wherever you feel comfortable with the range and your knees are happy and your glutes are doing the work. Core is strong, chest is tall. Drive through the heels. Feel those inner thighs grab a bit. Takes a little bit of focus, digging into those heels as the toes kind of widen a little even to get the glutes to grab and push you where you're going. Feel that pull between your shoulder blades. So you want to pull those shoulder blades toward one another, keeping that chest lifted. So we're going for that nice flat upper back. Let's go one more. Awesome. All right, we're going to go back into kind of what we used for our drinking bird, and we're going to do a lunge. So let's start at the front of our mat. We'll have our right leg be our pushing leg first. So finding that balance just like we did with our drinking bird, but now we want to set that left leg down and press up through the front heel. Core again, always strong. So that back leg is not really doing much at all. Take it nice and slow. Just getting those bodies into ranges of motion. We've done several lunges, combining with twists, opening the chest. So we still want that tall upper back. Let's go 2 more. As we're putting focus and work into one set of muscles or whatever it is that we're driving through, sometimes we lose the memory, the thought that we need to keep that upper back still nice and tall. We forget about the core. So stay strong there. That also helps release the tension in the neck. So now our left leg's forward. Lunge back with that right. Drive through that front heel. Think about keeping those hips nice and square. That front knee is right on top of the ankle. 2 more. Hinge it back, belly strong. Last one. All right, let's come into a wide stance, and we're going to do a side lunge. All right, so let's head to, I'll go my right, your left first. Hinge your hips back and over, sliding those hips down, and then press up. We're going to just stay on this same side. Take your time. Focus on everything that's building on top of itself, that's putting itself together, those building blocks, getting your right form, getting the push through that left glute or whichever leg it is you're pushing out of, and keeping that strong straight leg on the other side. Let's hit up 3 more. Sit it back. Your range, again, is up to you, always up to you. Wherever you feel safe, where you can get that form. Okay, other side. So if you find that the lower that you're going, you lose the ability to keep the knee lined with the toe, then you need to adjust. Maybe don't go as low. Maybe take a shorter stance. Don't get your knees as wide, your feet as wide. Get that flexion, inner thigh on that supporting leg. We want to still try to find that outer upper side of that glute, pushing us back to the top. Core, of course, super strong as always. Let's do 2 more. Over and up. And up. All right. Bring it together, and we are going to hit up a hip hinge with a back fly. So this is really good to build some muscle into the back. Also get those posture muscles pulling together, hitting into those rhomboids. If you do much sitting, we all do, or even a standing desk. If you're lucky enough to have a standing desk, we can start rounding. So this helps really build the muscles of the upper back to help keep that appropriate posture and roll those shoulders back. So find your stance, feet straight ahead, knees lined with the toes. Core is going to engage, and then you're going to hinge your hips back. Make sure that the back is flat. So in order to get your back flat, you kind of have to push your butt out just a little bit. Core stays strong, though, to support your low back. Now then, I want you to just pretend like you have strings on the outsides of your elbows, and you're pulling those elbows up, pinch between the shoulder blades, belly still strong. Is it still strong? And then drop it back down. So even though we're not using weights, this is such a good move to help wake up those muscles of the back, that upper back. Keeping the tension out of the neck, right? So as you roll those shoulders back and down, you should feel all the work come in through the serratus anterior muscles, which are behind your armpits, and through the rhomboids. Now, sometimes being in a forward position like this can irritate some low backs. That's generally your body saying, hey, grab the core a little more. Build the heat in the back. You should kind of be building just your core temperature as well here, because we're flexing a lot of muscles. You should feel some heat in that upper middle back and through the thighs, your support system, the core. These are feeling good. Let's hit up 5 more. Keep the body still, just engage, contract. You don't have to grip your hands. I'm just used to gripping weights, whatever you want to do with those hands. Let's hit up 2 more. Last one. All right, go ahead and come up to standing, and we're going to work through our shoulder joints. So we're going to try to get some different ranges of motion here. So have your thumbs actually be pointing straight ahead, straight up. Your palms are facing. Find your stance, your toes straight ahead, that solid sit. So from your heels to your hips to your shoulders, all stacked, shoulders back and down. I want you to bring your arms straight up, just to shoulder height, and then straight out, just to shoulder height. Now we're going to go all the way up. So arms up overhead, bring them down, and then we're going to go outside laterally, overhead, bring them down. Up in front shoulder height, and down, and then from the side. Lateral raise, and down. Now we're going to go all the way up. Keeping that core strong, gently tug that tailbone so it points kind of at the ground. Lateral, all the way up. Feel those shoulder joints. Get the full range of motion. Okay, and then back to the front shoulder height. And then drop. So as you're moving these arms, see if you can keep your chest and upper middle back still. All the way up overhead. We're going to go lateral, all the way up overhead, and bring it down. I'm going to go from the side. So we're going to go shoulder height. So as you raise those arms, the upper body should hardly be moving at all, right? So there's no hinge forward or back. All the way up overhead. Also the hips, watch here. So sometimes you'll see that low back pushes forward. That's losing the integrity of the core, and you're putting way too much pressure on that low back. Even though you're not holding weights, for the purpose of this move, we want to keep that neutral pelvis. Shoulder height to the side. Shoulder height in front, all the way up overhead. Bring them down, and then all the way up overhead from the side. We're going to go 2 more sets of each. To the front, shoulder height. To the side, shoulder height. To the front, all the way up. And then to the side, all the way up. Okay, 1 more set. Shoulder height. And drop to the side, shoulder height. Drop, bring them all the way up. Space between ears and shoulders, core nice and strong, and then the side all the way up and down. Good. Okay, 1 more time. I want you to bring those arms all the way up. This time, elbows. Bring those elbows down. So hold them at shoulder height and then pull the elbows behind you. So you're going for a little bit more pinch, getting the elbows from right there, pulled back behind. Try to find pinch in those shoulder blades, but watch that low back, right? Keep that back still for now. We'll give it a little arch in a minute, a little back bend. So inhale, bring your arms all the way up. Exhale, drop the elbows to 90 degrees, pinch behind you. Space between ears and shoulders. Core strong. All right, bring them back. Inhale up overhead. Elbows drop to shoulder height. Pinch. Keep that neutral pelvis. Tuck the belly button in. Tailbone tucks under. Back up. 90-degree angle. Pinch back. And then this time, sure, let's give a little back bend. So we'll let that pelvis push forward. Upper body drops back. Bring it up. All right, bring your arms down. Shake them out. Do a couple crisscross. Good work. That actually builds just a little heat in those shoulders. I like it. Good rotation and mobility for the shoulders. All right, we are going to keep going with our upper body moves. We are going to go into a tricep move, tricep extension. So just interlace your fingertips together. For whatever weird reason, I like to keep my fingers pointed straight ahead. So keep your solid stance. Arms are going to come all the way up, and I want you to squeeze your elbows in next to the face. In fact, I'll come down here so we can see everything that's going on. You can stand or kneel, I don't really care. Squeeze your elbows in super tight. Drop your hands, see if you can get your thumb all the way on the base of the neck. Try to keep that squeeze of the elbows toward the face, and then push up. So this move sometimes, especially when you're holding weight, drop all the way and then lift up. Can grab up into your neck and shoulders. We want to really try to keep it in our triceps. And then all the way up. Keep that core strong. Squeeze those elbows in. Having a little bit of bun issue, it's getting in the way. That's okay, we can work around it. Elbows squeeze in. So put that pressure, right, hand to hand. And those clasped hands, press between them. You'll build a little more heat in those triceps, which is fantastic. Neck relaxed, drop those hands down, squeeze elbows toward one another, and extend. Let's go, 5 more. Belly nice and strong. Straight arms at the top. Stay relaxed between those ears and shoulders. Squeeze, squeeze, straight ahead. Pull those elbows toward your face. Tailbone pointing gently at the ground. Press the hands together as you squeeze overhead. 1 more. Perfect. All right, coming up, we have 1 more standing move. We are going to get back into our back, and we're going to work a little bit more rotation and mobility into that thoracic spine. So let's start with our left leg forward, and then your right leg just barely back. So you don't want a super long lunge, just a bit back. And then see how far you can get your chest over the top thigh, that front thigh. Because we want to work for our back to be just about parallel to the ground. Then I want you to pull your right elbow up, twisting just a bit from that mid rib cage, thoracic spine area, then the left. Pull to the right, pull to the left. Pull to the right, pull to the left. Little mini twists. Now, here's the deal. You can build a lot of core strength here as well if you're thinking about it. Actively grab through the abdomen. Feel the back muscles, the lats. It's on either side of your rib cage and the back, or on either side of your spine, pulling those elbows and twist. Let's go 3 more here, and then we're going to switch our legs because it does put a little heat into that leg. Okay, other leg comes forward, get that little split, hunker down, pull the elbow, and then other side, little mini twist. How far can you sink your belly button toward your spinal column? Grab the core a lot. Find that little twist in that upper middle back. Pull the elbow away from the shoulder. So try not to get all caught up into the neck, but pull it back behind that shoulder. Let's go 3 more. Each side. Belly strong, pull with the back, little rotation. All right, come up. Perfect. Let's stand at the back of the mat, hinge forward over those legs. Let your fingertips hit the ground or at least get close. Feel that stretch through your hamstrings. And then plant into your hands. I'm going to walk all the way out. Downward facing dog. Drive the heels down toward the ground. Push into your thumb and first finger. Grab through that core. All right, go ahead and open your knees wide, drop them onto the ground, big toes together, hinge back into your child's pose. Push the chest toward the ground. Feel that stretch across your upper back. So still as you push into your hands and strengthen your arms, you're going to feel a little bit of pressure and pull through those shoulder blades. That's what we want, driving them down toward those back pockets. All right, now we're going to come forward. You can hit up your elbows if you would like. Just a little chest stretch. Again, pulling between the shoulder blades, squeezing them together. Try to get your shoulders up over the wrists, or if your elbows are on the ground, the shoulders are going to be over the elbows. Tuck that tailbone and flex your glutes a lot. If this puts pressure on your low back, just widen your feet out. So you can take your feet, legs wider. Push the chest forward. Squeeze between those shoulder blades. Flex your glutes. All right, and then let's push back again. Another child's pose. Just feel that low back open up. All right, and come on up. Okay, good work. I hope you enjoyed some of those new moves and getting you into different ranges of motion. I'll see you next time.